Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I'm going to be discussing on one of my favorite folklore monsters, werewolves, and how what it means to me when I used to research this for many years. Something that makes me wonder, and also I have a suspicion that is also linked with witchcraft. And some people think it has to do with devil worship, and even though I don't believe in the devil, but dark witchcraft and some with sinister intentions and things like that, and what this has to do with folklore and the possibility that this could actually be real, the possibility of it. And I want to separate fact from fiction in this one too. So enjoy. Okay, I just wanted to start off with saying my knowledge of this is fringe at its best. I did a video on, the title of it was Why Silver Bullets Can Kill Werewolves. Everybody knows that silver bullets can kill werewolves, but it was never mentioned or even asked why do silver bullets kill werewolves? What is it about silver that causes werewolves to die? And I explained that it's associated with the moon because like the moon represents silver, just like how the sun represents gold. And according to legend, which is again fringe, it's not really that talked about or that famous, that there's silver on the moon, according to this source that I got from. And I found out about it some years ago. And little by little, I was collecting information. Now, as far as shapeshifting, it is possible for a human to physically transform into a particular animal. They call them skinwalkers in the Native American legend. They would wear the dead animal skin of a wolf, around their waist or part of their head. That's the put it over their head of the dead animal, the skin of it and stuff like that, and maybe part of his face or whatever. And they'll be by the bonfire and they'll do this ritual, and they go into a trance. And according to, if my information is correct, according to legend, an evil spirit possesses that person's body and grants him the power of what he wants, and then they physically transform. Just like that werewolf story from 15 Scary Stories That Will Make You Cringe, about they saw that coyote that was walking on his hind legs, and it was 6 feet tall, and it was just walking across. That's one example of it, and that was based on a true story, even though it was just from a person who reported it, so it's considered folklore. It's true about what he feels, what he says he actually experienced, but as far as whether what he saw was real is another issue, another thing to that's open to debate. However, the whole idea of the physical transformation, um, I do believe that it's true, that it's possible through witchcraft, you know. And the main reason why I believe that is because, for one thing, um, my family on my mother's side were into that. Uh, Not the skinwalker thing, but as far as like shape shifting into a particular animal or some sort of creature that's very hideous and nightmarish, ugly, and it does something to their DNA. It causes a riot in their DNA, and then they physically transform. Um, Something in their prefrontal cortex that activates the pineal gland, and the pineal gland is what gives a person supernatural powers, according to my information and stuff like that. Because it could be used for good or evil, like Shaolin monks, for example, like that. I forgot his name, but the Shaolin monk who set himself on fire, and then he just went like this, the Shaolin monk thing, and he just meditated while he was burning up. Gasoline was poured on him, and he lit himself on fire, and because he was protesting against the persecution of monks in South Vietnam, and he didn't scream. His pineal gland was activated, and he managed to conjure up as much chi, internal energy, to a point that he just blocked out pain, and he died painlessly and with no suffering. And of course, there's other things that Shaolin monks can do. Um, and they do it through meditation. They don't worship any evil spirits or do any kind of stupid shit like that. It's all from years of dedication and discipline and training. Now with the witchcraft, especially the ones that my family did, it has to do with them worshiping a particular deity or whatever it is they were worshiping, and then they grant them their power and they activated their pineal gland for them to a degree. They activated it to a degree, just as long as they promised to serve them, and do their bidding, that kind of thing. So that's the thing that witches that are into that kind of stuff are. That those particular type of witches, they were into that. So it is possible to physically shapeshift, and then you'll see, just like any typical horror movie, like The Howling, for example, is a perfect example, in which you see the face transform, and then you hear the crackling of of the bones, and the snapping of ligaments as he's being physically transformed, and the whole thing, and then you see them transform into a wolf, because his DNA is changing from human to animal, but to a degree, half human, half animal. But according to the folklorist, it says they look like any typical wolves, except that a werewolf will stand up on its hind legs and walk, as well as the regular on fours running after their prey. And they have human-like characteristics as far as their behavior. Not only will they stand up and animate a human walking like that, but just like in the movie The Howling, the way they look, that's more of the folklore of how they are. Um, and if there's anything else that I haven't covered, you wanted to add on to it, or even ask me or whatever. Like I said, if you like this, just drop a comment. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Any questions, you know what to do. And this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care.